Yeah, so we will start with the discussions of bi-weekly and weekly. Okay. So in the first two problems, so the first two problems are basically the same. The constraints are only difference. So you are given an array. You have to find the sub arrays of size k and are arranged in consecutive order. Okay. So basically, it should be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, or it can be something like 5, 6, 7, 8, or like 10, 11, 12. Okay. So these kind of sub arrays are, you have to find the number of this kind of sub arrays. Okay. So, uh, what is the intuition you people have thought?
So I use the DQ in here,
Okay.
sort of like a sliding window maximum approach to solve this problem,
Okay.
and hence I was able to do it like that only.
Okay.
It's very similar to very minimal code change as per sliding window maximum. So anyone who has done that problem, it was very similar
Okay.
to
So
this as well.
I would say a bit more different approach as well. So for a sub array to have consecutive elements, okay. So the sum should be n into n plus 1 by 2 minus m into m plus 1 by 2, where m is equal to the first element, let's say arr I minus 1, and n is the last element. So let's say if this is I and this is jth index, so m is arr I minus 1 and n is arr j. Okay. So for a subarray to be to have consecutive elements, this condition should hold true, and one more condition it should hold true, that it should have all distinct elements. Like the size of the distinct elements or the number of the distinct elements should be equal to the size of the subarray. So the size of the subarray is k, right? So distinct elements should be k. So you have to find such subarrays of size k where the sum is this and number of distinct elements is equal to k. Clear till here, everyone?
Yes, yes.
So now it's very simple. This one we can do it by prefix sum. Okay. If we maintain a prefix array, prefix sum array, or we can also maintain a simple sum variable. Okay. But let's say we have a prefix sum. So you can, let's say you want to calculate the sum of this sub array. Okay, from this one. So you can simply write prefix j minus prefix I minus 1. Okay. This one is done. Now how do you calculate the number of distinct elements in a subarray? Come on, guys.
While incrementing from like traversing from each element, we'll keep a count. Like if it is not equals to zero, then I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, it is
So
not equals to the
basically,
previous element.
yeah. So basically, let's say it's a classic example of sliding window. Okay. So let's say our k size is 3. So initially we will be considering this subarray, right? That's the first subarray of size 3, right? So 0, 1 and 2. So we are maintaining the frequency of every element in a map, or you can say in an array as well. But let's say we are using map. Okay. So while iterating or like going to the next subarray, so our next subarray is from 1 to index 3, right? So we will decrement the frequency of this element, the first element, and we will increase the frequency of the third element by 1. Okay. So if we see that after decrementing or decreasing the frequency of the first element, the frequency of ARR0 or the first element has come to 0. So that means there are no such more elements left. So our number of distinct elements will be decreased by 1. Okay. And if we see that after incrementing the frequency of the third element, that is frequency of ARR 3, it's equal to 1, so that means it's the first time this element has been added. So this is a distinct element or a new element has been added to the array. So we will increase our distinct count by 1. Okay, and then we just check that if distinct is equal k and sum is equal to this one. If this is true, so that means our subarray satisfies the condition. Okay, so any questions in this question? Mohit, Ayush. Okay, Mohit has no questions. Mohit has already solved it, I think. Sabaz has already solved it. Shubham.
No, I saw the similar one.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So let's go to the next. So this will work for both 1 and 2. Like if you submit it for 2, it will pass. It will submit for 1, it will pass. So this is the most optimal approach we have already discussed. Okay. Now let's move to the second question. That is that rook question. Okay, so this is more than logic or more than coding knowledge. You need a bit of, I would say, mathematical or aptitude knowledge. So the question is very simple, that you are given a grade. Every grade has some number, let's say 1, -1, 3, 5, 7, -4, 20, like this. Okay, you have 3 rooks, the one you play in the chess. Okay, you have to place the 3 rooks in such a way that they don't attack each other. And let's say if you are placing a rook in a certain cell, that value gets added to your answer. Okay, you add the value of the 3 cells you place the rook in. So what's the maximum value you can get? The question clear? The question is clear, right?
Yes, Anish.
So what's the approach? Like what have you thought behind this?
Um, Very brute force one was to like go on all cells for all the three.
So that will
And
be n cube, right?
correct. And then check for all that.
Actually, this is the most optimal answer. Just one optimization you need to do. You don't have to check for all cells, because before checking all cells we can get a optimal answer. Think for some moment. We don't need to check all the cells. Like we don't need to put the rook in all the cells and check. So if you put in all the cells, the time complexity will be n to the power n to the power n. Okay, sorry, n cube, n cross n cross n. Yeah. Savaj, you are almost there. One optimization you just need to do, that you don't have to check the for all places, that you don't have to put the rooks in all n places and check. Okay, you can reduce the search space.
Maybe not like place them in the negative numbers.
Let's say all numbers are
Uh,
positive, then so let's say I have placed the first rook here. Okay, so this row is blocked, this row is blocked, right? Now you have to place the first rook in these two, in the upper section, and the last and the third rook in the lower section. Okay, right? Hello.
yeah.
Anish.
Yeah. So basically, instead of putting the rook, let's say the second rook in all the n places, you can take the top 3 cells out of the available. Okay, like let's say out of these available cells, take the top 3. Okay, take top 3 cells. Top 3 cells means cells having the largest value. Okay,
Is this for placing our first rook? That is the middle rook.
second rook. First
हाँ
rook
मतलब
we have already placed.
इस वही ठीक है, okay, understood.
Second rook we will check the top 3 cells out of these, and for the this is for the second rook. Okay, for the third rook we will do similarly. We will check the top 3 in the bottom search or in the bottom space. Okay, this plus ones, and we will check that, let's say we are taking a cell. Let's say the top 3 cells are x, y, a, b, c, d. Okay, here the top 3 cells are p, q, r, s, t, v. Okay, so our this rook is fixed. Okay, so let's say this is x, let's say d comma e. Okay, sorry, let's say alpha comma beta. Okay, so let's say this is our first rook has been placed. So first we will check all the combinations. We will check that alpha beta with xy pq, xy rs, xy tv. Okay, so then we will check ab pq, ab rs, ab tv, then cd pq, cd rs, cd tv. Okay, so total of 9 combinations, 3 into 3 for every alpha beta. And we will check that for every combination we will check the following: whether the rooks are attacking each other or not, and what's the value for that combination. Okay, so if the rooks are not attacking each other, we will keep on updating the value with that combination. So we will have a final answer and we will update it like final equals to max final comma value of that combination. Okay, so for every alpha beta we are having 9 combinations. So if we place and try out every possible square for alpha and beta, so that will be n into m. So basically we are brute forcing alpha beta for every cell. Like we are placing the first rook in every cell and seeing what combinations can be done with the other 2 rooks. So it will be 9 into n into m, the time complexity final. समझ में आया मोहित, राज, शुभम?
like why is it top 3 cells? मतलब like उसका intuition क्या है
वो
कि
ठीक
top
है,
3 cells
वो
ही
मैं
ले?
बता रहा हूँ. लाइक आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग व्हाई टॉप 3 एंड व्हाई नॉट टॉप 4 5 6 7 एनीथिंग. टॉप 3 को लेके लॉजिक समझ में आया कि नहीं? दैट्स व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग.
Understood.
कूल. मोहित, शुभम.
ये जो टॉप 3 हम निकालेंगे, ये
हाँ.
हम मतलब जो मिडिल रुक है उससे नॉन ओवरलैपिंग जो रो और कॉलम नंबर है उसमें हम निकालेंगे, राइट?
यस
उस सर्च
यस
स्पेस में.
यस यस. And top 3 cells, one more thing I forgot to mention, top 3 cells in different columns. ठीक है, तो जो different columns है उसमें top 3 cells, like all the top 3 shouldn't be in the same column. Like every cell should belong to a different column. Like you take the, let's say ये जो 2 मतलब जो खाली cells है उसमें every cell every column में you take out the largest value, और वो largest value में top 3 you take. क्वेश्चंस दिमाग के ऊपर से गया कि लाइक समझ में आया?
तो क्वेश्चन है भाई, एक टॉप 3 वाला, और मतलब इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कैसे करेंगे? जैसे हर बार ये
Implementation
कैसे
is very simple. Implementation is very simple. तो first you fix the value of the first root, then you know कि ऊपर का
मिडिल रूट में तो एक ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कर ही सकते हैं ना कि रो नंबर 1 से लेकर के रो नंबर n-2 तक चलाएं, राइट?
हाँ, वो तो ट्रिवियल ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, इफ यू इवन इफ यू डोंट डू दैट कुछ नहीं होगा.
ठीक है.
तो बेसिकली फर्स्ट फिक्स दिस सेल. तो यू नो कि अभी मेरे को कौन सा कॉलम में आई नीड टू इटरेट बाय यूजिंग सिंपल फॉर लूप्स. तो वो कॉलम्स में हाईएस्ट वैल्यू निकालो, उसको सॉर्ट करो, टॉप 3 ले लो. ठीक है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ इट इज अल्फा एंड बीटा, तो फॉर द फर्स्ट लूप फॉर लूप विल बी फ्रॉम 0 टू अल्फा माइनस 1. ओके, एंड यू आर इटरेटिंग ओवर ऑल द कॉलम्स from row 0 to alpha minus 1, and for the third row it will be alpha plus 1 to n. ऐसे इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होगा. इम्प्लीमेंटेशन तो हो जाएगा, पहले लाइक अंडरस्टैंड वेदर यू हैव गॉट द लॉजिक और नॉट. हेलो, Raj has got, Shahbaz has got, Mohit, Arnab, Sakshi, Gautam,
Yes, okay.
Shubham, Sakshi, Arnab. Okay.
अनिश तुम एक बार वापस एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो क्या?
So basically what I am trying to say here is that if I fix the first rook, okay, so let me draw the cell again. Okay. So if I am placing the first rook here, okay, my options are this row and column is blocked, right? I need to place the second rook within this rows, like out of this cells जहाँ पे मैं नेगेटिव साइन दिया हूँ, like where I am putting negative. These are the options to put my second rook, and where I am putting my plus signs, these are the options to put my third rook, right? Clear? So I will out of the negative positions, which is my potential second rook place, I will take 3 cells which have the highest value and are in different columns. तो ये जो these two negative में जो highest होगा, I will take that. For example, let's say this. Then in this column जो highest होगा, I will take that. Let's say this again. And let's say the third one, इसमें जो highest होगा, I will take this. Okay. So I will take top 3 cells in different columns which have the highest value. Similarly for this one, let's say this and this. Okay, so I have 3 options for second rook and I have 3 options for third rook. First rook is placed at alpha comma beta, let's say. So what are the possible combinations I can have with alpha and beta in the first, for the first rook? So we can take this combination with this with this, again this with this. Similarly the second position with this, again this with the second position. So there will be 3 into 3, 9 combinations for placing the other 2 rooks, right? So for every alpha and beta I am having 9 options. Okay, got it? Now why top 3? Anyone asked this question, right? So basically ideally we could have only taken top 1, right? But the problem would have lied in this, because when दोनों का टॉप एक कॉलम में आ जाता, like both of the top cells comes in the same column, the problem would have lied there. So we are taking top 3 so that there lies a combination where the rooks don't attack each other. Because if we take the top 1 for both second and third rook, ऐसे हो सकता है कि let's say this is the cell or grid, here is our first rook, so this is the highest cell for second rook and this is the highest cell for third rook, so both of them can come under the same column. Okay, so that's why we want to have top 3, so that we find a combination where the rooks don't attack each other. Clear? Hello.
ऐसे कभी हो नहीं सकता कि लाइक ये टॉप थ्री मतलब ऊपर की तीन. ओके ओके या गॉट गॉट
We
सॉरी.
are, that's why I told different columns. Top
Understood,
3 in
Anish.
different columns.
Basically, just to find like a valid
Ha.
combination of the
Yeah, so
columns.
we are basically finding a valid combination, and we are quite sure in those 9 combinations we will find a valid one because they are in separate columns. Okay.
या
So,
या.
so I think that's the part for bi-weekly.
Is this also this will also sustain for the fourth
Yeah,
one, right?
so it's basically 9 into n into m, right? So it will work
Correct,
for
correct.
the second one as well.
So,
So the
is there
first,
any algorithm?
yeah, so first, in the first variation you could have checked all the columns instead of taking the first 3. Okay, but in the second one only 3 you just, yeah, go ahead, Savas, what do you tell?
No, I just tried. I had tried the third question
Hmm?
with a DP in a DP manner. I think I used. I think in this manner only, where I tried to use the states were 100 into 100 into 100, and
Huh.
there were, I think, 3 transitions
Okay.
at max. So I had to use that, but I got stuck at the last test case.
Acha.
So, n
Like try
into
once more, like try once more with this algo, and
what is there a particular pattern to this algorithm, or was this very ad hoc?
this
Like,
was very ad hoc. This was I told in the before solving only. Here you need more of aptitude or like I would say IQ level of things rather than pattern. This was very ad hoc.
अनीश मेरे मुझे एक डाउट है.
हाँ.
हम हमारे पास वो एक पजल था नहीं क्या, वो कुछ तो करके 25 हॉर्सेस करके.
N queens is a similar question
हाँ
to
एन
this.
क्वींस, हाँ एन क्वींस इसके सिमिलर है, बट
But
एन
the
क्वींस में क्या
problem
करते
is,
हैं हम बैक ट्रैकिंग करके
but the
उसे
problem is,
सॉल्व.
yeah, I would say, but the problem is in n queens the constraints are very low, so you can check for every possible combination, right?
तो आपने कैसे किया कि मतलब टॉप 3 लेके सॉल्व किया उसको, राइट?
हाँ,
अभी
yes,
क्योंकि हमें ज्यादा कम से कम इसमें करना था. हम
exactly,
हर सेल के लिए चेक नहीं कर सकते थे. तो
exactly.
वो जो पजल है ना, वो कुछ तो करके 25 हॉर्सेस, तो उसमें भी ऐसे एलिमिनेशन का है. आपने बेसिकली मैक्सिमम लेके एलिमिनेट किया उसको.
हाँ, maybe I haven't solved that 25 puzzles, but yeah, it
हाँ,
can be equal, I mean similar to
हाँ,
that. Okay.
तो वो समझो.
Okay, so weekly में
बस
कौन
तो कोई
कितने?
स्टैंडर्ड पैटर्न नहीं है ना, मतलब
नहीं,
ऐसे.
this is not standard pattern. This was a ad hoc problem.
ओके.
So जो weekly contest है, वीकली कंटेस्ट में सेकंड प्रॉब्लम इज अ वेरी गुड डीपी प्रॉब्लम, स्टैंडर्ड डीपी प्रॉब्लम. ओके, so first question is very, I would say, brute force kind of a thing. I would just go briefly for that question. So it says that you have a string, binary string 10101, for example. You are given a variable k, so you have to find the number of substrings where the number of zeros is equal, can be at max k. Okay, at max k, and the number of ones can also be at max k. Okay, so it's very simple. You just take all the take every substring and check whether they have less than k zeros and less than equals to k ones. Okay, so it's a very brute force kind of a problem. Anyone has any doubts in the first problem? Hello.
नहीं.
Cool. So the second, let's go to the second problem. Second problem says that you are given 2 energy drinks. Let's say this is energy drink A, this is energy drink B. So every hour you can, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So when you drink the energy drink 1 for the first hour, you gain 1 amount of energy. When you drink it for the second hour, you get 2 amount of energy. When you get drink it for the third hour, you get 3 amount of energy. Similarly, 4 amount of energy. Same thing for energy drink B. If you drink it for the first hour, you get 5, second hour 6, third hour 7, fourth hour 8, fifth hour 6. Okay. Now the question says that you can at a particular hour, let's say the first hour, you can drink either A or from B. Okay, so either you can start drinking the first A or B, and you can keep on drinking. So let's say if I have chosen A, I can drink 1, then 2, then 3. Similarly, if I have chosen the second uh, drink, I would have gone like 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now let's say if you want to switch from second to 1, or let's say from 1 to second, you have to wait 1 hour in between. Okay, so let's say after drinking the first 2 hours, I have gained 1 and 2 energy from the first energy drink. Okay, now if I want to switch to B, I have to wait for the third hour. Like in the third hour, I can't drink anything, I have to wait for 1 hour, and then I can drink B. So I will get the fourth hour energy, which is 8. Okay, so like this you can drink the whole length, like you can drink for the whole time. Let's say there are 4 hours in total, you can drink for 4 hours. Okay, so what's the total energy that you can gain? Question clear hai? Like question is clear, right? Okay, Gautam, you have been very quiet. Okay, so बताओ DP क्या होगा? DP states. It's very similar to kind of knapsack.
Index.
Yeah.
Index of the
First one is index. Second one is
which array we are at. First energy drink or second energy
yeah.
drink.
So it will be DPI0 and DPI1. So it denotes that we have drank for the first I hours. Drank for first I hours, and 0 means we in the last hour we have drank from energy drink A, and 1 means we have drank from the energy drink B. Okay, simple thing. Transitions now क्या होगा? So if I have to drink from energy drink A at the ith hour, so there can be two options. That in the previous hour also I have drank from the first energy drink, or let's say I have taken 1 hour in between break and I have drank from the energy drink B at I minus 2th hour. Okay, so maximum of this, so whatever choice is better, we will take that, plus energy A of I, like what is the energy provided by the first drink in the ith hour. Okay, so this is the transition. Similarly for DPI1, it will be maximum DPI minus 1 DPI minus 2 0 plus energy BI. Transitions clear, everyone? Gautam, Sakshi, Mohit, Raj. Yeah,
Yes,
Mohit.
yes.
मैंने भी ऐसे ही किया.
Mohit, yeah. Okay. Gautam? Like, did you get the transitions? Like, how we are doing the transitions? Am I audible? Okay, no. So, let's say you have understood the states, right? Like, what DPI0 and DPI1 denotes. Okay. So, let's say there are two options. Like, if I want to drink from the 8th energy drink in the ith hour, so what are my options? if I want to drink the ith hour from the first energy drink, what are my options? Gautam, what are my options? I can drink the I minus 1th hour from A, right? Or I can drink the I minus 2th hour from B, take 1 hour rest, and switch to A for the ith hour, right? That was the condition, right? If I have to switch from A to B, or let's say B to A, I have to take 1 hour in between, 1 hour rest in between, right? Gautam, like, please speak up. Hello, am I audible? Gautam, have you understood this thing? That what are my options if I have to start drinking the ith hour from A, right? So that's what I'm doing. That if I have to drink the ith hour from energy drink A, which is denoted by 0, I have two options. Either drink the I minus 1th hour from A and continue drinking the ith hour, or I have drank the I minus 2th hour from B and I have taken 1 hour break and have started drinking the ith hour from A. Clear? Hello. Yeah, cool. So that's the transition states. Ab answer will be simple. Maximum of dpn 0 and dpn 1. The reason is that so I can finish at any energy drink. Okay, so I can finish drinking at the first energy drink. I can also finish drinking at the second energy drink as well. Okay, so this will be the transition states as I told, and this will be our answer finally. Anyone, any questions in this? कोई भी question, so like if mic is not working you can type it out or you can raise your hands and speak. This is a very classic problem and ऐसे questions ही generally interviews में आता है. Okay, everyone has understood, right? We can go to the next one then. So the next question is very, I would say, peculiar kind of a question. Here you can easily solve using if and else. Okay, the question says that you are given n and you are given k. So you have to find the largest number of n digits which is divisible by k. Okay. And k can range from 1 to 9. So when I solved it, I took all the cases from 1 to 9. Okay. So for very simple, if it is 1, it will be all 9s. Okay. Up to n. If it is 2, it will be 8, 8 and they'll all 9s. And one more thing, this has to be palindrome. Okay. For 3, again all 9s. For 4, we can do it like 8, 8, 9s in between, and then 8, 8 again. Okay. 5, it will be 5, 9s in between, and then 5. For 9, it will be again all 9s. Okay. 6, 7, 8. बताओ क्या होगा ऐसे? I have told the easy ones. Hello. Am I audible?
हाँ हाँ
6 का तो होगा like if it is odd,
सिक्स
if n is odd, it will be 8 nines in between, then we have another 8, and then we have again nines in between. So 8 at first, 8 in middle, 8 at end. Okay. Similarly, if it is even, it will be 8 nines in between, 7 7 9 9 9 8.
यार वो 9 9 नहीं हो सकता क्या ये वाले केस में इवन है तो
Uh, this वाले में
अच्छा because the sum has also to be divisible by that ना हाँ
yeah, it has to be
correct
divisible by 2 ना.
not divisible by हाँ 3 के लिए तो
हाँ
sum
मतलब
वो
लास्ट में
होना
अगर
चाहिए
if you are having 9 at the end, you can't divide it by 2.
no I was talking about the sevens in the middle
कौन सा? I didn't get it.
6 वाले केस में जो इवन सिनेरियो है इसमें बीच में दो 7 है राइट
Yeah, both are 7. Okay. 8 का बताओ. 8 is similar to 4. Eight
Um,
is what do we need in 8? कि last 3 should be divisible by 8, right?
हाँ, so 8 8 8 then बीच में 9 9 and then last को फिर से 8 8.
Perfect. What should be 7? सेवन का थोड़ा केस वर्क है, सो सोचो 7 का क्या होगा.
Actually मुझे लग रहा है कि मे बी ऐसे 9 9 9 करके फिर आई थिंक मे बी मॉड्यूलस लेके चेंज करना पड़ेगा मतलब.
For 7 it will be 9. uh, then in between you need to have two sevens. Okay, and then again 9. This is compulsory. So basically if n is equal 1, okay, so if it will be 7, then for 2 it will be 7 7, then for 3 I just forgot what I did. Just a moment. This is a very bad kind of a question, to be very honest. Yeah, it will be 9 7 7 9. Okay, and for 4 it will be, just a moment. For 3, sorry, did it for 4. Okay, so for 4 it will be 9 7 7 9. It will be 9 5 9 for 3. Okay, for 5 it will be 9 9 7 9 9. This is divisible by 5 7, right? Just a moment. Yeah, so basically if it is odd, okay, so it will be 9 x 9. Okay, and if it is even it will be x. So you have to put every number from 1 to 9, or let's say 0 to 9, and check which one is satisfying the divisibility rule. Okay, and that will be your answer.
Okay.
So the reason why this will work is that, so if we take the divisibility rule of 7, it says that you have to remove the last element. Okay, एक even and odd करके था एक सेकंड. The last element of the. So if you remove, it says that if you remove the last element of the number 95 and then double it 190, subtract it from the remaining number. बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स हो रहा है, लेट्स लीव इट. तो बेसिकली आई डिड इट यूजिंग हिट एंड ट्रायल टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. ठीक है, तो हाउ आई डिड आई वुड टेल यू. तो टिल n equals to 4 you can brute force, right? और let's say till n equals to 5 you can brute force. ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में कैसे ये जो लॉजिक है लाना है, लाइक आई एम टेलिंग यू, till n equals to 5 you can brute force, right everyone? Hello.
Yeah.
So I brute force till n equals to 5 and I saw the largest number that were divisible by 7. So I saw this pattern is coming. तो मेरे को वहाँ से दिखा that if I add 9 in the beginning and in the end, and if I have xx or x in the middle, so it's following the pattern. ठीक है, तो when you are unsure of what to do and this kind of mathematical question comes, तो एक certain limit तक brute force चला के एक numbers और pattern observe करने का कोशिश करो. So what I did, I ran the brute force for n equals to 1 till n equals to 5. तो मेरे को देखा n equals to 1 पे 7 आ रहा है, n equals to 2 पे 7 7 आ रहा है, फिर 959, 9779, फिर 99799. ठीक है, और फिर जो 6 का था, 6 का भी मैंने चलाया था, तो ऐसे कुछ आया था, बीच में कुछ दो नंबर था, शायद 4 था, आई डोंट रिमेंबर. तो मेरे को दिखा कि अगर इवन हो रहा है तो बीच में XX पैटर्न और 99XX ऐसे पैटर्न आ रहे हैं, और ऑड हो रहा है तो 99X99 ऐसे पैटर्न आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, क्लियर?
Yes.
तो ये बहुत गंदा क्वेश्चन है, ऐसे क्वेश्चन इंटरव्यूज में नहीं आएगा, नेवर. दिस इज, आई वुड से, बुलशिट काइंड ऑफ अ क्वेश्चन. ऐसे क्वेश्चंस कभी नहीं आएगा. सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज एन आइडियल क्वेश्चन फॉर इंटरव्यूज. ठीक है, सो आई थिंक दैट्स इट for today's discussions. I'm not discussing the fourth one of weekly because you need to know segment tree and you also need to know how to perform binary search on segment tree. For that, I think most of you don't know that, so we can skip that discussion for now. And also
Can you
fourth,
share any material to perform binary search on segment trees?
so it's very similar to normal binary search only, but I would send the resource. Yeah.
ठीक है, just send something that is related to this.
Yep. So I would just briefly explain as well. Like, let's say I have a something to do on a array. Let's say I want to find the sum. So sum is non-decreasing, right? Like if the numbers are positive, sum will be non-decreasing. A, B, C, D, E, all are positive, so sum will be non-decreasing. So I want to find the last index where sum is, let's say, less than equals to x. Okay, so I can do a binary search on segment tree. That I will first do a simple binary search, that was the last index I want to have, so that sum is less than equals to a. And for finding that sum online, we will use segment tree. So that's the idea. But I will send you a resource. Like, you will not understand like this. I will send you a resource. Cool. Anyone any other questions? तो वन थिंग, जैसे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस मिले ना लाइक मैथमेटिकल पैटर्न टाइप क्वेश्चंस, टिल 10 to the power 6 यू कैन ब्रूट फोर्स एंड ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई अ पैटर्न. ऐसे हिट एंड ट्रायल से 80 to 90% चीज़ें हो जाता है ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में. लाइक यू रन ब्रूट फोर्स टिल 10 to the power 6 and see what pattern it's forming so that you can generalize it for the larger inputs. Okay. Anyone, any other questions? Other than that, we can end. Mohit, Raj, Arnab, Gautam, Shahwaz. Like you got the hang of the questions for this week, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Arnab, Mohit.
The questions this bi-weekly and weekly are very ad hoc, right?
Yeah.
The bi-weekly
I would.
also.
Yeah, I know. The reason is that like a lot of cheating has been going on, so they have increased their difficulty levels.
Yeah, I think so. I wanted to ask other people as well who had been giving, like, the difficulty level has gone up a bit, right?
Yeah, it has
For
gone up a
specific-
lot. Not a bit. It has gone up a
Third-
lot.
For third and fourth question as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Cool. Gautam, you got the approaches? Cool. Cool then. Good night. Bye everyone.